Magritte's choice of subject matter is mainly ordinary objects altered and juxtaposed in everyday environments in order to challenge the viewer's perception of the reality presented to them. One of these objects is the bowler hat, commonly worn by middle-class gentlemen in the early 20th century Europe. Other objects included balusters, windows, curtains, doors, clouds in a blue sky, green apples, birds, eggs, and a human figure. These objects are not meant to symbolize anything, unlike objects found in classical paintings. They exist to emphasize the ordinary existence in the image, yet treated in unordinary ways to create an unnerving atmosphere. So if you are feeling confused by his works, you're on the right track. Some of these objects are metamorphosed, displaced, enlarged, or disintegrated to create further mystery and shock the viewers. Text is sometimes used to show issues of representation, as seen in his quirky use of titles. Magritte also painted paintings within paintings to blur the boundaries between image and reality. Note how he treated the human figures. They mostly share consistent identities and deadpan expressions. Magritte mentioned that he wanted to produce pictures in which the eye must think in a way entirely different from the usual. This means that he wanted viewers to question reality and see it in new ways and reconsider what reality truly means. This is why he used everyday objects and the rules of spatial illusion to deceive viewers into thinking that what's presented to them is real, although they are not as real as they think upon closer inspection. By provoking viewers' perception of this paradox, Magritte disabled them from making simple conclusions on what they are seeing and forced them to question what is being presented. This act of questioning is hoped to be used in the everyday world, as they question its contradictions and spur on a revolution to change the world for the better. Magritte also wanted viewers to understand his paintings differently than the way they understand classical paintings. As his paintings are hard to decipher rationally due to a lack of symbolism and logic, he hoped that viewers will use their unconscious more often in order to unlock the power of imagination, to see the world in creative ways and channel this perspective towards building a new world that is not suppressed by rationality, authority, and prevailing cultural values. Surrealism is an art movement that was founded by André Breton, an artist who proposed that the Enlightenment, the 18th century intellectual movement that championed reason and individualism, had suppressed the superior qualities of the irrational unconscious mind. To André, the Enlightenment's way of thinking had resulted in a devastation seen in World War I. Hence, Surrealism's goal was to liberate thought, language, and human experience from the oppressive boundaries of rationalism and release the creative potential of the unconscious mind. One way they did this was automatism, an art practice that allows artists to pour their stream of consciousness onto the canvas. Instead of painting an image consciously, they allow the paint to freely fall across the canvas, embracing the element of chance that led to surprising results. Other surrealists believed that having the representation of a thing's actual appearance might be more effective in conjuring associations with the unconscious reality. Artists like Dali and Magritte believed that the language of the subconscious world was in the form of images, just like how we see images in our dreams, and that we should find ways to understand them in order to understand our true selves and the world. Sigmund Freud was a famous psychologist who influenced the surrealist artists. He advocated that the human mind had both conscious and unconscious states, and our actions are driven by both of them. Hence, he proposed that we are never fully aware of the way our mind works, as we cannot be conscious of our unconscious states, such as repressed memories or instincts buried over time. The best way to access them is through dreams, where the conscious and unconscious interact. This idea fascinated the surrealists, who saw dreams as worlds of imaginative freedom and the unconscious becomes visible. This idea was further propelled by the devastation of World War I, as it made the surrealists curious about the inner workings of the human psyche. How can the rational mind bring so much destruction? Is there something hidden behind this rational mind that is more powerful? How do we show this to everyone through paintings? How do we unleash this repressed creative potential to find new ways to solve our world's problems? So how bad is World War I actually? This is why the surrealists responded to rationality with irrationality. Magritte employed realistic painting techniques to create dreamlike images. His painting style is illustrative, due to his earlier profession as a commercial artist, producing advertising works. His subject matter are highly polished and possess an unwavering clarity due to his employment of techniques such as chiaroscuro, linear perspective, and naturalistic colors and proportions that increase the level of realism. Doing so allowed him to convince the viewers of the reality presented to them before confounding them with his unnatural manipulation. One of his favorite modes of manipulation is the juxtaposition of objects. When placed side by side, his objects surprise viewers by subverting the conventional expectations of these objects and challenging their understanding of them. Magritte was influenced by many things, one of which is a film series called Fantomas, where the lead character was an evil genius who committed brilliant crimes without leaving a trace. Fantomas' outfit influenced Magritte's bowler hat figures, and some of the scenes influenced Magritte's paintings. Magritte was also influenced by other surrealist artists such as Giorgio de Chirico and Max Ernst, and his experience of the death of his mother when he was a child.